Vamos empezando a ver. Hola, 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 probando 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hola, hola. A ver. Reproducción del chat en vivo, cualquier persona. A ver. No. Ahí es, a ver. No sé cómo poner la miniatura, así que ahí lo dejo. Ahí la dejo. Vamos a comenzar. ¿Listo? Bien, ahora sí vamos a iniciar, vamos a continuar. Vamos a continuar la partida, espero se me esté escuchando bien y el juego no esté muy alto. ¿Sí? Porque el mouse está muy sensible. Ahora sí. Justamente se me escucha bien. Supuestamente. Vámonos. Sí. Vamos acá, vamos a subir a la nave. Bien. Entramos a la nave para repararla. Ya lo he estado jugando un buen rato. Y el juego me ha gustado bastante, así que... Ahí está. Arbati.
Where are we headed?
Haremos de ver. A ver.
Captain, I have
Capitán.
detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
Ya, listo,
What
hablamos.
can I do for you, Captain?
¿Qué puedo hacer por usted, capitán? Tengo un regulador de
Do
corriente.
you know how to install a power regulator?
¿Cómo se instala el regulador de corriente? ¿Me puedes explicar por si las motos?
Step 1. Pick up your power regulator. Step 2. Approach the terminal located in our engine room. Step 3. Insert power regulator. Step 4. Celebrate. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Vamos a buscar dónde está, cómo se llama ese para poner el regulador. Déjame subir, ¿no? Colocamos, vamos a instalar. Listo. Ya está instalado. El motor, muchachos. Es el motor.
What can I do for you,
¿Qué puedo hacer por
Captain?
usted, capitán? A ver, ¿listo?
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
Mm,
I am prepared to bring the
vamos a hacer
unreliable
algo
into
ahorita.
low altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Bien. Dice, largamos de aquí. Esperar un momento, tengo que hacer una cosa. Sé que tenemos que hacer, pero... Buah, sepa, no hay nada que hacer. Ok. Bueno, por lo que veo, no. Perdón, perdón. Qué trabajo. Una vez vi... ¿Puedo correr? What the fuck? Vámonos de aquí.
Welcome back, Captain.
Mm.
All systems are now operating within acceptable parameters. Shall I take our ship into orbit?
Y nos fuimos.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ahora con A dice, a ver, hemos recibido.
Ah,
Ah,
there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain.
lo
Horrible
mismo.
way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Dice, a ver, al grano, Phineas. Estás sintiendo ligeros mareos, además por el...
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
Sí.
What you saw in Emerald
Vivir en
Vale
Valle
is happening
Esmeralda es
all
la regla de
across
toda
the
colonia.
country.
Escasez de
Food
alimentos y
shortages,
suministro de
lack
necesidades
of
básicas
supplies,
no
and
cubiertas.
basic
No estamos
necessities. We're
por
dying.
culpa del
The
presidente.
chairman, the
Ministro y
minister,
todos
and all
los...
their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Dice, puede conseguir... Dice, conseguir una clave de navegación para aterrizar en Bahía Estelar. Vale, ir a hablar con Gladys. ¿Por qué necesito una clave de navegación para aterrizar en un planeta? Claro, me estás pidiendo que me involucre con el mercado negro o podría poner...
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory,
Como que
I
podría
suppose you
sobrevivir al
might survive the
expediente.
experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been
Ok.
confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Claro.
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the hope.
Para ir a hablar con Gladys. Puedo fiar de ella, cabrón.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Dice, Gladys y yo llevamos unos años de negocio, su reputación como contrabandista es impecable. Si alguien puede conseguir una clave para Monarca es ella. A ir a hablar con Gladys, bien.
I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming.
Bien.
By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud.
Habla con Gladys y consigue ya, listo.
Useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Y se le encontrarás en las dependencias del capitán, le daré un buen uso, gracias. Listo.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits, first-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last.
Bien.
Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
A ver, le daré un buen uso, gracias. Has mencionado que esta cosa tiene limitaciones.
Only stands up to
Solo
casual
aguanto.
scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
Algo así ahí más.
Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Bien.
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
Lo de ese imbécil.
The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
Cuando debe endulzar el aliento, un holograma. Le daré un buen uso, gracias.
Science, that's how. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab.
Ok.
And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie.
Muy
The
bien,
board's
muchacho.
only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your
Bien.
navigation terminal.
Vale. Bien, bien. ¿A dónde nos vamos? Terminal de navegación. ¿Dónde era? Terra 2. Monarca. Vale, Terra 2. Monarca, uno de los muchos satélites de Olimpo en el que debería haber sido el segundo mundo habitable de Halcyon. Lleva mucho tiempo abandonado para la Junta debido a sus monstruosas y voraces criaturas. Con Terra 2. Un idílico planeta terrestre, la élite más acaudalada de Alción habita en su capital, Bizancio, mientras que los trabajadores de la colonia viven desperdigados por la frontera en municipios gestionados por las corporaciones. Quiero volver. ¿Qué hago acá? No sé qué hacer. ¿Qué hago? Aquí puedes ver todos los planetas del sistema, así como algunos lugares especiales ir descubriendo ya. Puedes volar con tu nave a cualquier localización que hayas desbloqueado, aunque algunas plataformas de aterrizaje requieren códigos para poder usarlas. Viajar a otros planetas es extremadamente peligroso. Recomienda a todos los empleados que se queden en sus casas o lugares de trabajo. Pero bueno, ¿cómo hago para irme acá?
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Hemos llegado a la autoridad de Phineas. ¿Sí? Ah, la miércoles, ¿cómo se ve? Dios, ¿cómo se ve?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony
¿Sobre qué
would
parte
you
de la
like to
colonia? A ver, vamos a
discuss?
sacar información. De orbital de Phineas, a ver.
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
Dice que sabe de Phineas. A ver
There's
si.
a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system? A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
¿Por qué decías el aterrizaje podría ser complicado? Que era una pregunta.
The outlaw
El científico
scientist
Orogio
known as
conoce a
Dr. Phineas V.
Dr.
Wells
Phineas.
has
Ha
taken
tomado
a
medidas
measure of
preventivas para
precautions
que el
to make
laboratorio
the lab
sea
undetectable to
indetectable
those
para
touching it.
aquellos que buscan.
Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
Bien. ¿Qué sabes de Phineas? Quiero preguntar otra cosa.
Of
Por
course.
supuesto.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
A ver, vamos a pronunciar por
Where
monarca.
in Monarch?
Bahía Estelar.
Ah, Monarch, the armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's smuggler's port in Fallbrook.
Rollo, bien. ¿Por qué tiene Monarco un bloqueo puerto de
It's
contrabandistas?
Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
Bien.
I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Bien, bien.
How can I be of assistance? I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I require a captain to pilot the ship. Without an identified captain or crew, I serve no purpose. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Ya. A ver, ¿qué le podemos hacer? Esta nave ha tenido otros capitanes. Los capitanes, ambos sabemos que no sois Alex, no. Cambiemos de tema.
Oh, I know you are not the same Captain Alex Hawthorne who died in Emerald Vale due to excessive internal and external bleeding.
Bueno.
I have required you to
Entonces,
assume Hawthorne's identity in order to sync your commands to my interpretation protocols.
bien.
I've since registered you as the captain of the Unreliable. You're welcome to continue lying about your identity if you wish, but I know the truth.
Ok, a ver, eres un ordenador muy raro, pero me caes bien. Contar si tenía otros
If you
capitanes.
mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes,
No
he
fue.
was.
Bien.
How can I be of
A ver, ¿qué más se le
assistance?
puede preguntar? Vamos a ver.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Gracias. Cuéntame un chiste. Un chiste. Ahorita ya basta. A ver, un chiste.
How do linear algebraists settle arguments about matrix transposes? With a duel. As you wish, Captain.
Dios.
I must comply with all direct orders. I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
¿Cómo que no? Yo quiero. Y no jodas. A ver. Pero vamos a ver qué podemos hacer. Cierto, la muchacha esta donde. No. ¿Qué hecho eso? ¿No se metió?
Make yourself at home, Captain.
A ver, mensajes de Alex. Elijo una opción, buscar mensajes sin leer. Dice, me olvidé mencionarlo en mi mensaje anterior que tanto soy. Te envío una copia de mi culebrón favorito, las aventuras espaciales de Astra. Va sobre un apuesto pirata espacial. Me da pereza leer. Pero al principio, mensajes no leído. Activados. Registros, entrada, registro. No. Ya, salir. Nada importante. Nada importante que hay acá, no hay nada. Por acá peor. The fuck. Sam dice, dejar en paz. También. Vamos a cerrar por si las moscas. Ah, no sé qué hay acá, por acá, otra sala. Cerrar, no. Ir. ¿Cuándo se metió la muchacha esta? La muchacha.
I've shut off the visual feed from my ocular inputs.
Desactivado los circuitos de cámara en mi dispositivo.
So you're free to
No
disrobe
puede quitarse la
whenever
ropa.
you'd like.
Ah, ya. Tu diario holográfico. El suelo holográfico proyecta un disfraz sobre tus acompañantes. Y tú que os permitió acceder a la zona restringida, el personal no autorizado no puede acceder a la zona. Al contrario, será atacado cuando lo vean listo. Bien. No, por acá. Nos fuimos.
Message from Dr. Wells. He'd like to congratulate you on finding a route to Monarch.
Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Bien. Se tendrá que apañar menos para llegar a tierra. Dime que necesitas.
You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals,
Hiram.
it's Hiram. I
No
need
leí
those
bien.
chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch.
Bien. Dime qué tengo que hacer. Parece que has estado en menor. A ver.
No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps?
Quizás.
You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter
Un
by the
buen
name of
guión.
Nyoka.
Una
Frequents
cazadora que se
drinking
llama
establishments
Nioka.
of Stellar Bay.
Suele
Very
frecuentar los
hot mess.
establecimientos de vida de Historia.
Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound.
Tenemos que hablar con Nioka. A la base de Hiram. Tengo algunas preguntas que hacerte, bien.
Come see me in my lab. I'll answer any questions you have. Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
Captain, an unusual wavelength is coming through Monarch's aether wave frequencies.
The eternal is in us all. The OSI would have you believe that your place in society, indeed in the universe, is preordained. A man who works in the mines of Hephaestus, coating his lungs in mercury dust for not but a few bits a night. This fate is set in stone? When he dies young, coughing up black blood, his part in the grand plan? No, I say. Greatness is in everyone, not just those so fortunate as to have been born into prosperity.
That was unexpected
Sí,
and odd.
muy raro. ¿Qué era eso? A ver, ¿qué era eso?
Analyzing the subtextual ordering. I believe it was a type of
El
sodium
sermón.
very zealous in origin.
Ya, pero ahora qué hago.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
Ya.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
Pero yo lo que tengo que hacer, ok.
Stay safe out there.
Si se lleva demasiado cargo para usar el viaje rápido por tu cuenta, pero todo el peso que llevo encima bien. Bien, continuamos. Por un momento. Ahora sí. A ver.
Where are we headed?
La llevamos. Nos ha hecho. Ayuda. A ver. Luego tengo que dejar cosas porque tengo. No puedo correr, no puedo hacer nada. ¿Dónde estaba?
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now.
Ya.
I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it? That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure.
Ya.
The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Oh.
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Dice, es un ordenador de la nave, no es inteligente. Tengo la bien. ¿Qué tal? No.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or at least ways that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
¿Qué te parece?
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
A ver. Vamos a reparar las cosas porque... Reparar. Vamos a reparar todo de una vez porque... no tengo piezas. Miércoles. Nos jodimos ahí. Vamos a dejar un poco de cosas con estos. Munición ligera. Sirve estos. Cerveza. Hay otras cosas por acá. ¿Para qué sirven? No sé. A ver, esto por acá qué es. Congelada la guardamos por acá. Acá. Para Corona especial, un paquete de cigarrillos. Quiero cigarrillos ahorita. Pipetes. Idea para que sean estas cosas. Sé que es simulación a través de simulación. Sí, no, el refri creo ya. Bien, a ver, ponemos esto por acá. Vamos a abrir el inventario. Acá. ¿Qué hice? Este queda, dura 20. Para que sea ni idea, pero ahí vamos a aplicar. Bien. Y nos fuimos porque no hay nada más que guardar, creo yo. Hay un cofre o algo por aquí. Yo. Ah, mierda. Dejamos ahí. Guardar. No, no. Bien. Bueno, ahora sí ya podemos correr. Chacho, ¿por qué no sale? Mm. Guau. Se supone que tendría que salir conmigo.
To return in one.
Ahí está. Creo que ya está seleccionado, ¿no? Vámonos.
I don't think I like this place for a little bit. Captain, look out! That's the last of them.
Métete, 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 métete. Ratas, hijo de eso. Que hay un montón de cosas acá. Ah, por acá. Vamos con cuidado, con cuidadito. Bueno, no tengo balas para esa pistola. Tío. Vale. No, 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 que no la maten, que no la maten, que no la maten. Ah, madre, la mataron a la hija esa. Miércoles. Ver. Ay, ay. Continuar, caballero, nomás. Está difícil, está difícil. La cuestión que cómo hago yo para... Mm, ver qué podemos hacer. Tengo de arma pesada, esa es la huevada. Es la cuestión.
I don't think I like this place one little bit. Might be tough.
Ven pa' acá, no te subas, hombre. Ay, Dios mío, yo no entiendo por qué esta mujer se corre. Ay, Dios, ya la mataron ya. Pues no hay manera. No los mato. No hay manera.
Are we gonna get in trouble today? Not that I want to, just seems to happen around you.
Ya, a ver.
Sure thing, Captain. I'll be waiting back at the Unreliable if you need me.
Sí, mejor. Vamos a ver. Ahí. Esta vaina por acá. Creo que se pone cadena. Ay, tu reconcha de tu vieja. Va a morir ahorita, vas a ver. Va a morir ahorita, estúpida. A ver. Por 6, no. Esa es la cuestión, que vienen. Eso es lo que no me gusta. Miércoles, los 13 vinieron. Miércoles. Madre. Ah. Hombre, acá no creo que se vengan. Desgraciado. Miércoles. Fatales estos. Madre, les caí. De poco, falta poco. Uno menos, uno menos. Pero ¿cómo me conocí quemando? Mírate. Ay, tu pinche madre. Uno menos. Uno menos. Joder, tu puta madre. Paciencia. Poco, falta poco. Joder, tu pinche madre, moriste. ¡Te moriste! Hola Jonathan, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido. Vení al directo. Vamos aquí concentrados en matar a estos hijuet. Tu pinches madres. Ahí viene el otro perro. Perro hijuet. Ay, perro, no cabes, perro, no cabes. No estás, perro, no te escondas. Perro, perro, ay, ay, perro. ¿Dónde estás, perro? Acá, pues, perro. Uy. Me botan el ácido, me botan el ácido. Perro, 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 perro. Hijo de tu fruta. Hijo de tu fruta. Acá, perro. No, uy. A ver, me estoy quemando, me estoy quemando, me estoy quemando. Está potente su ácido estos cojudos. No se fueron. Escóndete, 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 escóndete. Ay, mierda, las caí. Los nervios, los nervios, los nervios. A ver, uy, casi. Por poco, por poco. A ver, perro. Se supone que no cabes. Se supone que no cabes. Se supone, se supone. Uy. Perro. Perro. Ay, verga. Usted. Oh, perro, perro, ya mismo te falta poco para que te mueras. Yo me estoy quedando sin balas. Nel, Nel chocoteja, hijo. Me vas a matar por la hueva esa. Pero vente, 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 perro, pe. Miércoles, miércoles, me cayó esa hueva. Me cayó esa hueva. Hola. Muévete, no, no, miércoles. Es estorbar. A que me pase esa hueva. Nos curamos, nos curamos. Y... cargamos. Oh, no, 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 no. Ay, Dios, se me trancó el personaje. Vete, perro. No sé qué pasó, pero se me trancó el personaje, cólera. Me trancó el personaje. Ahí estás, perro, estás atrás, ¿no? ¿Por qué te escondes? ¿No está el otro? Que no cabes, no cabes, estás gordo. Estás panzón, estás panzón. Estás panzón, pues hijo, estás panzón. ¿Qué fuiste? ¿Se metieron? Ah, miércoles, están atrás. Por la hueva es, hijo, vas a morir tarde o temprano. Uy, 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 uy. ¿Qué tal el jueguito, Jonathan? ¿Cómo lo ves? ¿Cómo lo ves? Perro. Perro. Ven para acá, perrito, ven. Ven, hijo, ven, ven. Ven, 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 ven para acá, hijo. Ah, te crees vivo, te crees hábil, ¿no? Te crees hábil, ¿no? Te crees hábil, ¿no? Te crees hábil. Gasté una cura en vano. Estás perro. Acá, perro, ven. Se vació el cargador. No sé qué significa ese sticker, Jonathan. Perro, falta poco. Uy, salió el solcito, calienta un poquito. Ya le queda poca vida, le queda poca vida. Queda poca vida. Queda poca vida y Jonathan se fue Jonathan. Me dejó, me abandonó. Ay, perro. A ver, perro, venga para acá, perro, venga. Ven. Uy, casi. Venga, pues para acá, hombre, véngale para acá. Ay, no, ahí está Jonathan, pensé que te había sido hija. Ven para acá, mi amor, ven. Bien, muerto. Dios, pero qué difícil animal para matar, de verdad. Nos queda uno, nos queda uno. ¿Dónde está el otro animal? Ya está, por allá está el otro hijo de... El otro hijo de... Córrele, 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 perro, córrele, córrele. Córrele. Córrele que nos mata. El otro no quiere venir, eso es lo malo. No, no me escupas. Es de mala educación escupir. Es de mala educación escupir. Es de mala educación escupir, muchacho. A ver, perro, vente para acá, pues perro. Deja de escupir, hijo de tura. No, no, me va a terminar matando. Qué recón. Nos curamos, nos curamos, nos curamos porque es el más difícil hasta el momento. ¿Para qué nos seguimos? ¿Dónde se fue? ¿Dónde se fue? Córrele, córrele, Juan. Córrele, Juan, córrele. Ya le falta poco, le falta poco. Vamos a escupar. No escupas, que es de mala educación, muchacho. No escupas, que es de mala educación. Ven para acá, yo te escupo balas, pe hijo, yo te escupo balas. A ver, estás en tus últimas, estás en tus últimas palabras, tus últimas palabras. Dijo, dijo, Ash, dijo. Perro. Por si las dudas, por si las moscas y por si acaso. Uy, uy. Uy, uy, uy. Eran por si las dudas, por si las moscas y por si acaso. Buah. Buah, eso lo que no me gusta es que ya no puedo correr. Lo vamos a desmontar. Se Jonathan. Jonathan, a ver. ¿Qué podemos dejar? Se supone que es 210. Ah, tiene más daño. 200. What? No lo había visto. Esta hueá la voy a desmontar también. No la necesito. Tengo demasiado peso. Vamos a ir bien despacito a la nave. Dios. Vamos a ir a la nave a dejar cosas. El Jonathan nomás me envía puros stickers. No habla, no habla. Es mudo mi compa. Entramos. Entramos.
Hey, Captain.
Hola.
Probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
¿Qué hice? Creo que es hora de que te vayas. No. Vamos a la cocina. Y yo no sé dónde habían como cofres o donde se puedan guardar cosas. Ni idea. Pero lo único que sé que por acá se pueden guardar cosas. Vamos a dejar algunas cosas. ¿Qué podemos dejar? ¿Qué podemos dejar? Esto no, esto tampoco lo puedo dejar. La carne la puedo dejar. Eso también no me sirve para nada. Tampoco. Gran quise niebla. Son para curarse supuestamente. ¿Qué es? Varitas de pescado no me interesa. Cigarros. Único parches creo que son. Bueno, esto sí. Esto de armaduras. Creo que esto lo dejo porque esto es pesado. Ahí dejo uno por si las moscas. Eso no tampoco. Esto no, no me sirve, no me sirve tampoco. Poco. Peor, no sé para qué quiero esto. ¿Esto para qué me ayuda? No. Peor. Ropa no quiero. Estos sombreros, ropa no. Eso onceras no. Ya, esto sí lo puede que lo necesite, esto no. Esto tampoco, eso no. Bien. En armas que puedo dejar, esto dejo uno. Ah. Que la verdad no las necesito para nada esas vainas. Esto tampoco lo necesito. Y este tampoco. Ya, listo, ahora sí nos vamos. Ahora sí, ¿qué iba a hacer?
We'll be here, Captain. Or
Ya.
will we?
Ahora sí te puedo llevar, hija. Que me estorbabas al principio. Y el Jonathan otra vez se fue. Pero ni modo.
I don't think I like this place one little bit.
A nadie le gusta, hija, así que cállate. Ya los matamos por la hueva esa. Vamos por acá. Esto a coger puritos clavos. Creo que son cigarros. Munición pesada. Obviamente que sí. Obviamente que sí. Bien. Uy, uy, lo dejaron sin piernas. Por si las moscas. Bien. Por si las moscas. ¿De qué quieres hablar?
Something you need?
Ah, de modo. Ahora sí puedo correr. Toma.
Look out!
What the fuck? A la recon. A la mierda, no las había visto. Ya me la mataron a mi compañera. Y creo que te volverás a quedar en la nave, hija. Que mira que arruinas todo. Mira que arruinas todo. No, te quedas. Me voy solo. Me voy solo otra vez. Voy a comprar munición. Ay, tengo que comprar. Bien. Pues primero vamos a explorar por acá. Voy a encontrar un sitio donde no puedan entrar y... Creo que podría... The fuck is- Hay que ir con cautela, con cautela. Pero les hice daño, les hice... Ah, mierda. Córrele, córrele, córrele. Córrele, 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 perro. En las avispas. Ya fueron. El gusano jueputa este. Ah, no, gusano, gusano. ¿Te gusta el gusano? No fue. Este. Verga, verga, alerta a todos, alerta a todos. Córrele, 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 córrele. Córrele, perro, córrele. Pero corre, hombre. Claro, pues. Perro estúpida, ven para acá. Ven para acá. Para acá, pues, pero... Pa' acá, pueden pa' acá. Pa' acá, pues que me estoy quedando sin balas. Que todas las balas me las he gastado en ti. No hay balas, no hay balas. Ah, madre. Estúpida. Carga, me quedé sin balas, tengo que dejarlo que... ¿Qué usa? ¿Qué usa? Arma pesada, balas pesadas, utiliza granada. Munición pesada y ¿por qué no tiene balas? Compramos. Tener que gastar todo lamentablemente. Quedé sin ni miércoles. Todo por matar a la estúpida esta. Muere, estúpida. Te moriste. Te moriste. Oh, estúpida cara. Es pan y miércoles. Nada por acá. Fuck. What the fuck. ¿El balas? Cartucho de bits. Oh, quiero bits. Carajo. Tengo 9 balas. Ahora sí nos jodimos. No tengo nada de balas. Eh.
Sometimes I wonder about Mr. Hawthorne. What was he like? Why'd he make the computer a talkie? You think he got lonely, flying about on his own?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate. See you soon, Captain.
Entonces, ¿puede que Sam ya funcione o qué?
I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination.
Ahora qué tengo que hacer. Somos como es por Pero quiero repararlo, ¿cómo lo reparo?
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
No entender hasta ahorita.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Quiero reparar a Sam.
Forgive me, Captain. I would rather not discuss Alex Hawthorne today. I am feeling discombobulated. Was there another topic on your mind? Captain Hawthorne attached 98.4% of the ship's processes to my computer, thereby giving me near total control. I have been programmed to deftly calculate navigation vectors through asteroid fields, while also operating our ship's toasters. Alex also taught me the concept of a personality. He was quite delighted when I crafted one in order to better engage with him. It was basic in the beginning. The information in my memory banks says I am an autonomous digital astrogator, created by, redacted, on the date of, redacted, for the express
O
purpose
sea,
of,
te ha creado
redacted.
nadie.
I have not yet decided if I should attempt to uncover the missing information
O sea,
regarding
prácticamente te ha
my birth.
creado nadie.
I
No lo
asked
quieres
once.
decir.
Alex did not build me, and would not
¿Quién
say who did.
fue? Supone que él hizo, ¿no? What the fuck, ¿qué hice? No.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab. Do return in one piece.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Fuck. Burbujita se llama. Qué mierda. Oh, fuck. Hola. Oh, fuck, lo que tiene aquí este.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Vamos a ver. ¿Pero por qué no sales? ¿Por qué no quieres salir? Perro, pepu. Oh. No habla el muchacho. Tímido, ay miércoles. Cuatro. Todo grandazo. Y nada, no hay nada acá que se pueda. Por lo que veo, no. A ver, esto lo dejo por acá. Ahí para modificarla. Poco. Parar. Reparar en sí. Eh, oh, ahí. Bien.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain. Good luck, Captain.
A llevarles por.
I don't think I like this place one little bit.
Vamos a ir con cuidado. ¿No? Que no siga, que no siga.
I guess this is what Jugando is gonna look like in a couple of years.
No podemos desarmarlo. Que no tengo suficiente munición. El chiste, ¿cómo se puede esquivar? A ver, tengo 60 puntos. Entendí ni miércoles, pero bueno. Ok. Ok, en ventajas, a ver. Ok. Los tengo 3 disponibles, dice 50% inicial. A ver. De paso, velocidad en carrera. Habilidad de arma, 15% de impacto. Esa, 5% de índice de armadura base. Munición. Los comerciantes y máquinas venden experiencia, desbloquea habilidades, caracterización, 100% carga. Creo que vida y armas y velocidad de paso. Tras aplicar. ¿Qué haría? A ver. Me recuerda, nunca los encontré tampoco. El capitán de la fiebre hablan de que en la colonia de Alcyon haya otras armas. Al igual que estas, sobrepasan los límites establecidos por la ciencia. Seguro que merece la pena seguir la pista a estas armas y la rutina mágica. ¿Por dónde voy? Armas de parte. Bien, guardar. Alcyon. Queda Alcyon, Alcyon.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Alcyon, ¿dónde quedará?
We can handle it!
Oh, fuck. El robo que compramos. Está Jeremy. Está Jeremy. Jeremy, ¿dónde está? Jeremy, ¿dónde está? Jeremy. Mm.
Incoming! Alright, you got one, Cap?
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it. You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go. The town was enslaved to its cannery. You set them free. The ones who survived the shock of their own liberation will thank you someday. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life. You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined. You are welcome here.
Nada más, eso fue todo.
Something you need?
Que voy a necesitar, hija, ¿no? Ah, venimos por los huevos. Pero ahora hemos venido por los huevos. No tenemos munición. Esa es la cuestión. No tenemos cómo defendernos. El otro planeta está difícil, el otro planeta. ¿Cómo hacemos? ¿Cómo hacemos? A pensar, muchacho, a pensar. El dinero ya se acabó para comprar munición también. Otro. A la nave entonces. Qué grandaza la nave. Mensa. La bestia esa nave. Daño. Literal es grandaza esa nave. Ingresamos y nos fuimos.
Welcome back, Captain.
¿Qué
How
haces,
can I
Ada?
be of assistance?
Llevo tiempo queriendo hacer la
What's
pregunta. A
that?
ver. Es.
Define favorite. I see. Then, of course, you are my favorite, Captain.
Claro, pues
I
es su
have been
favorito, dice.
disposed to find your eccentricities tolerable. I would be very costly to replace, Captain. Not to mention that separating me entirely from the ship is next to impossible now. Was that all you wanted to ask me? You seem hesitant to discuss what's actually troubling you. Perhaps
Algo que
there
me
was
gustaría
something you
confesar,
wanted to
dice.
confess?
Función del no. Soy de los. Tengo una fobia secreta. Una fobia secreta. Neta, what the- No, que
I do not
mentile.
extrapolate
Que
data from
mentimos.
subtle implications very well.
Explorar,
Please
no
elaborate.
siempre.
If you mean, do I know that you're a
De
survivor
la
of a
esperanza.
lost hope? The answer is yes.
Sí.
I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself.
No seas pendejo. Si yo también estoy ocultando un secreto ya. Tienes conciencia, tu secreto es que estás enamorado de algo muerto. Planeas el secreto hacerte cuando. Ah,
I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such
una
a
emoción
complex
tan
emotion.
compleja. Entonces.
How did you guess, Captain? The simulated files are not only stored in the recesses of my ALU, in the space between microsynapses, but I encrypted them in 7 SDRA languages.
Me.
I see. Captain,
Me
I
informará
would
de que
like to
parece haber un
inform you
problema con
there
los sistemas de
seems to be
soporte
an issue
vital.
with the life support systems.
Arreglarles una orden directa, eso. Esto va a hacer que aquella vez intentaste estirarme por la borda. Cuando estábamos en la tierra.
Unfortunately, the statistical likelihood is high. What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever.
Me.
Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses, with no fundamental consciousness. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear.
¿Ustedes creen que pueda secuestrar la nave? Pues nos vamos a Olimpo. Podemos ir a Olimpo. Acá. Vale, pues caballero. Nos tenemos que ir.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
Lo que me jode es que no tengo munición. Eso es lo que a mí me jode. No sé qué hacer sin munición. Es lo que me jode, ¿verdad? Más que esta doncera no sé ni cómo repararlo. Meh. Eh, y personaje, inventario de personaje, a ver. Talentos. El mapa, a ver. Tengo que ir acá. Meh. Me la voy a llevar. Sí, me llevo a la muchacha. La cuestión es que no tengo balas y está bien difícil el juego ahorita. Que pudiera saltar para allá. ¿Para bullear el juego? No, ¿ves? No se puede. Se puede. La cuestión, ¿cómo lo mató? No tengo ni balas. Y no hay ni plata para comprar por último. ¿Cómo carajos pasó eso? ¿Podrá pasar con sigilo?
You sure we ought to go this way, Captain?
Pues sí, pues no hay otro camino, pues cojuda. No hay que por aquí.
Get ready.
Verga, verga, se enteraron. Córrele, córrele, estúpida, córrele, estúpida, córrele, córrele, córrele. Pero córrele, hombre. Ay, Dios. Estúpida, no hay quien te gane, te lo juro por Dios. Estúpida, no hay quien te gane, de verdad. Me la mataron, concha. ¿Dónde está? No, voy a dejar que me maten. Mátame. Es que verdad que yo no entiendo por demás. Creo que la voy a dejar en la nave la muchacha porque es prácticamente inútil. No me sirve. La dejamos. No me sirve para nada esta muchacha. Voy yo solo. Me voy solo, solín. Hay una personita más en el directo, pero no sé. No quiere hablar o no habla, no sé. Pero bueno. Más quiere ver el video seguro. La cuestión de cómo hago con estos cojudos. A correr, pasar corriendo porque no encuentro otra forma. Córrele, córrele, córrele. La única forma, creo yo, de pasar. Córrele, perro, córrele, perro, córrele. Córrele, perro, córrele. Uy, uy. No, córrele. Creo que es la única forma. De verdad es la única forma de pasar. Que no tengo cómo matar ahorita los cosas. En algún momento los mataré. Córrele, 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 perro, córrele. ¿Puedo ir por acá también? Pozos de azufre. Qué verga, se despertó esa hueá. Es que cómo llego, lo que no entiendo. Ah, miércoles. Córrele, perro, córrele, 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 córrele. Ay, madrecita, ¿dónde me he metido? ¿Dónde me he metido? ¿Dónde me he metido? No, ya valí. Valí 3 hectáreas. Ay, no. Sí, ya. Fui. Miércoles. Cólera. No, no la quiero llevar, no. Que es útil. ¿Cómo puedo llegar? Es que es la cuestión. No sé cómo llegar. No creo que tengo que matar sí o sí a los animales esos para poder llegar. Mm. Córrele, perro, córrele, perro, córrele, córrele. Córrele, perro, córrele, 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 córrele. No mire atrás, muchacho, no mire atrás. Córrele nomás, córrele, córrele, córrele. No mire atrás. Y durante todo aventura es posible que tu personaje activar o no. Lo que es aceptarlo. Lo que es opcional, pero hacerlo control. Fuck. Y pues quiero primero ver esto de acá. No sé cómo llegar de verdad. Cerca, sale que se. ¿Cómo llego? Esa es la cuestión. ¿Cómo llego? Llego sin pasar. La bestia. Pensemos, pensemos. Pensemos. Oye, oye, por aquí no. ¿Qué dice? Eso ya está descubierto ya. No, madre, gasté en vano eso. Me voy aquí. ¿Cómo hago para llegar? Es la cuestión. Porque la pista esa no lleva a ningún sitio. La bestia hoy. Sale que es allá, pero ¿cómo llego? Esa es la cuestión. La mierda. Ah, por acá, por acá. Por acá es, muchachos, por acá es. Lo único que sé es corriendo, corriendo puedo llegar. Ver el sol. Bien, llegamos, muchachos, llegamos. No traje la chica esa porque es más jodida de lo que ayudaba. Llegamos, ¿no? Bien, llegamos, llegamos. Llegamos al fin. Ah, madre, y otra vez gasté otra vez. Hablar.
But scouting for rats keeps us on our toes. Fresh blood at last. Celebrate could use some.
De huevadas, hijo, no de huevadas.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
We don't get many outsiders.
No puedo robar. Necesito, pero no puedo robar.
You don't look like Sublight.
We don't get many outsiders. Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Good day to you.
Que tengas un buen día, dice. Cocinero.
Oh, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit. Most people don't.
Ve.
Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves. Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying.
Verdad, pues también tu huevón, pues, hace.
Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long. It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy. I'm not even finished. Add that to the supply shortages, thanks to being cut off by the board, and I dare say we're no better off than the lowliest Spacer's Choice Enclave. only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goop, what then? Nothing, that's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire me.
Si nada está claro. A ver, pues vaya faena.
Even talking about it has my blood pressure up. I've really gotta stop.
Meh.
Lucky you.
Iba a llevar, pero por pendejo no. Hola.
Look like sunlight. Must be
Por acá, por mí. Cartuchos de Vix. Un pecadito. No puedo robar nada delante de ellos, pero si no hay nadie sí puedo robar. Ah, gracias. Quiero esto. Quiero balas, es lo que quiero. Sí. Me voy.
You don't look like sunlight.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Watch your. Got any news from the?
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
¿Qué podemos hacer por aquí? Hay trabajo.
Well,
¿Qué sé?
well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you?
No comprar ahora mismo nada, gracias.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Cállese la boca.
Watch your step if...
We don't get many outsiders.
Cállese la boca.
You don't look like sublight. Must be freelance. Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Por acá.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Hola.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
¿Qué puedo hacer por ti? Dice, ¿de qué estáis hablando? Económicos.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. Oh, I don't need any of it. It's also I can talk to Sebastian. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type.
Le gusta, mejor dicho.
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with this
Gasta
stuff.
plata para hablar con él.
And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
No jodes. No, quítala salir.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if
Chico,
you
tú
ask.
estás pero cojuda.
Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about.
¿Qué pa' eso?
Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Es verdad que estar con alguien quien... literal.
Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss. Besides,
A man with a good smile and a proportionate upper to lower body ratio isn't something to pass up. You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Quieren que se la... ¿Saben ya?
Well,
Ya
new
que ya,
business
negocio.
turns up at last.
Todo lo ven negocio estos cojudos.
Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
¿Eh? Oiga.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain.
Now, who sent you? Rizzo, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
No trabajo patita que le entiendan. Solo estoy buscando al traje. No.
What a charming notion. One doesn't
No le vamos a dar
see free
información
spirits in
tampoco, ¿no?
Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
No, no compro tus fronteras.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but
it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Dice, ¿cuáles objetivos? Si os habléis de las demás corporaciones, ¿para qué queréis que vuelva?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Vamos. Usáis de más libertad del resto de la edición. No sé.
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
No entendí ni miércoles, dice que esa respuesta.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Dice, el plan que se refiere a desarrollar dos fases. La primera consiste en garantizar la defensa del Valle Estelar Valley. ¿Cómo pienso eso?
Not long, but the devil is always in the details. And the salient detail here is a Bolt 52
Rayo 52,
If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance. gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. So taciturn, so dour. I'll be waiting with bated breath. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Pides mucho, hijo.
What can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
A ver.
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this
Los solitos se botaron, los cojudos.
as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Terra 1, ¿qué pasa?
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else. In a manner of speaking, many of us stayed behind, in an quiet but firm defiance. As the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what's left of MSI. I moved forward with land reforms as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as less savage. I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I think there's some useful for a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently. Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon. To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation. I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue.
Creo yo que lo voy dejando por aquí porque
will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, It'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Es la cláusula de Río, pues.
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous. For the greater good. Allegedly. Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way. He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Lawless anarchists, all of them. If anyone on Monarch deserves the reputation the board's pinned on us, it's them. I'm trying to build something here. They only want to destroy things, and they risk ruining Monarch for all of us. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels and pushes us further from the rest of the colony. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling Monarch.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one around Monarch in a long while.
What can I do for you? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
If you can keep her sober.
We're not the best equipped, but scouting for rats keeps us on our toes.
MSI keeps the fishery running, and the walls intact.
Well, we don't get many outsiders.
Wouldn't mind smelling like Saltuna if we could sell more.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off. Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-world traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Ind... Aw, don't be like that. I never get to do this part. Please. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got... Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet... Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could... I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in? That's Bertie Holcomb, only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something? Oh, you're real funny. Guess I don't feel so bad for missing what goes on in the rest of Stellar Bay. I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say... Thanks a bunch! Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
What are the chances of all the times and places that you could have been born?
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. Wore her patience thin a long time ago. Oh, have you talked to him?
Wrap mask and canid eyes.
Sebastián.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts? Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for raptidon tongues. You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on. Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Please, will someone help me? Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak. Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right.
Yo no te voy a ayudar en nada.
Out into the wilderness a few days
Estás
ago.
loca, mujer.
I warned him about the Raptidons, Mantisaurs, and Marauders, the toxic sulfur pools and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Estás loca, mujer.
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
No.
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A Raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me. He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a Manta Queen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already. That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with them nutty iconoclasts. Or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak. Or maybe Marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby. Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad. Those low-life degenerates. Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them.
Fresh blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some.
Te voy a ayudar ni pincho.
I think I'm gonna be sick. I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh? Jumpy? Who's Jumpy? I'm not Jumpy. You again! You've really got to stop doing that.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance. We don't get many outsiders.
The body's in the first apartment on the right. So much blood.
Watch your step. You don't look...
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance. We don't get many outsiders.
Move. Huh? Hey.
A fine day for business, isn't it? Anyway, what can I do for you? I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Laws. Can't a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace? What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place. This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony. Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted. Days of consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
Balas ahorita.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other
Watch your
colonies.
step if you venture outside the walls.
Think they're watching
We're
the
nothing.
same series,
Fresh blood at
following
last.
the same toss
Stellar
market?
Bay could use
Balas.
Look, I don't. Sorry, for a second.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in. It's signed by Bertie Blackhole Holcomb, one of the greatest hackers who ever played tossball. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. On account of him being the best hacker who ever played, nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
¿Qué miércoles? Dice, porque lo mejor de todo esto ya. Vale, no necesito saber más del tema, de explicarlo en otras palabras.
Well, Holcomb's had a lot of nicknames over his career. Used to be
Oh,
the
bienvenido
town
al que se
marker
acaba de
in
unir ahorita al directo,
school.
si es que se ha unido.
Before that, he was the slick stick, because his
Pues
shots
siempre
were
es-
always so smooth.
Dios, cómo se expresa. Estás inventando.
I swear I'm not. At the start of his career, people called him the hack boss, but no one thought that was very catchy.
¿Pero dónde está su póster de este huevón? Tiene su póster. En Chu tiene su póster.
Got any news
No
from
veo
the
que alguien
rest
tenga
of
su
Halcyon?
cochino póster. Lo siento, mijo, creo que no te puedo ayudar. O bueno, ¿qué puedes leer su póster de ese huevón?
Carry on.
If you leave town, watch out for iconoclasts.
MSI keeps the fishery running and the walls intact.
Pues ya me recorrí todo el mapa, ¿no? Dice
Any news, Captain? Have you found my little boy
que
yet?
no. Dale con tu hijo, te cojo. No encuentro dónde.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Watch your step if you venture.
We don't get many outside. Got any? Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Good day to you.
I see you stuck around.
Pues sí, se supone.
Lucky you.
Me. No. Mejor me voy. Siento mucho, pero no encontré tu póster, hijo. Me retiro de acá. No encontré tu póster. ¿Dónde tendría que ir yo? De facción, asuntos de familia, busca, educar, armas del bastillo, consideramos de pionera. ¿Dónde será? Ni idea. ¿Habrá algo por acá? Hay una persona en el directo pero no habla, eso es lo que... Siento Cholito hablando solo. No hay nada por acá. Córrele perro, córrele perro, córrele. Verga, córrele. Pero Dios, ¿cuál es, hombre? ¿Por qué me pasan a mí estas cosas? ¿Pero cómo subo? ¿Qué hago? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? No sé qué hacer. Pues me van a terminar matando, por Dios. No entiendo qué tengo que hacer exactamente ahí. Pues tu chica madre. Pues córrele, ¿qué pasa, hombre? ¿Por qué te mueves lento, hijo? Dios, qué desesperación con esto. Por Dios, ¿qué tengo que hacer? No sé. No, no sé qué hacer de verdad. De vuelta no puedo hackear esa guada. Tengo los puntos suficientes. Vamos al sur entonces. Fuímonos. Fuímonos, fuímonos. O sea, está tan cerca y la vez tan lejos. Joder. Pero que no, ¿qué tengo que hacer entonces, carajo, hombre? No, ya no sé ni qué tengo que hacer, ya.